Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. US President Donald Trump has renewed his criticism of the Supreme Court after it ruled against his sweeping tariff program last week. In a social media post, Trump said other tariff authorities remain available and could be used in a more powerful way, though he gave no details. The court ruled he exceeded his authority under an economic emergency law when imposing higher tariff rates. Trump has since said he plans to raise a temporary tariff on imports from all countries from 10% to 15%, the maximum allowed under that law. The European Commission has demanded the United States stick to the terms of an EU-U.S. trade deal reached last year after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Donald Trump's global tariffs and he responded with new levies across the board. The Commission said Washington must provide full clarity on the steps it intends to take following the court ruling. It said the current situation is not conducive to delivering fair, balanced, and mutually beneficial transatlantic trade and investment, stressing that a deal is a deal. The United Nations chief has warned that human rights are under assault worldwide, citing widespread abuses of international law and devastating civilian suffering in conflicts in Sudan, Gaza, and Ukraine. Antonio Guterres, speaking at the opening of the Human Rights Council in Geneva, said the rule of law is being outmuscled by the rule of force. He added that human rights are being pushed back deliberately, urging member states not to view international human rights as a menu to pick from. A passenger bus fell from a hilly road in West Nepal before dawn, killing 19 people, including a British national. Police said only 9 of the dead have been identified so far, adding that the bus was carrying 44 people in all. A police statement said a New Zealander and a Chinese national were among the 25 injured when the bus headed to the Nepali capital, Kathmandu, from the tourist town of Pokhara, fell 200 metres from the road at Benighat in Darding district, 80 kilometres west of Kathmandu. The injured are being treated at hospitals in Kathmandu. Children across parts of the US Northeast will stay home as a powerful winter storm forced school closures and pushed offices and transit systems onto emergency schedules, with officials across the region warning of heavy snow, strong winds, and dangerous travel conditions. The storm has already snarled travel along the East Coast from Washington to New England, with airlines cancelling thousands of flights and officials urging people to stay off the roads. Iran and the US will hold a third round of nuclear talks on Thursday in Geneva, amid growing concerns about the risk of military conflict between the longtime adversaries. Oman's Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaidi, who acts as a mediator in indirect talks between Washington and Tehran, said he could confirm the US-Iran negotiations are now set for Geneva this Thursday, with a positive push to go the extra mile towards finalizing the deal. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian voiced cautious optimism on Sunday in a post on X, saying recent negotiations had yielded encouraging signals, while pointing at Tehran's readiness for any potential scenario. Iran has dismissed speculation about a possible interim agreement with the United States, saying such claims have no basis. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghai said details circulating about the format and substance of negotiations are not confirmed by Tehran. He stressed that talks cannot succeed if one side is forced to accept unilateral demands, particularly on nuclear issues and sanctions relief. Baghai also said he was unaware of reports that senior security official Ali Larijani would travel to Oman, which is mediating the latest round of discussions. On the other hand, Iran has indicated it is prepared to make concessions on its nuclear program in talks with the US, in return for the lifting of sanctions and recognition of its right to enrich uranium, as it seeks to avert a US attack. Both sides remain sharply divided, even over the scope and sequencing of relief from crippling US sanctions, following 2 rounds of talks. A senior Iranian said Tehran would seriously consider a combination of sending half of its most highly enriched uranium abroad, diluting the rest, and taking part in creating a regional enrichment consortium. One of Mexico's most notorious drug lords, Nemesio Oseguera, or El Mencho, has been killed in a military raid, sparking widespread retaliatory violence. According to Mexico's defense ministry, Oseguera, the mastermind of the powerful Jalisco New Generation cartel, died in custody after being injured in a military operation by Mexican special forces in the town of Tapalpa, on Mexico's Pacific coast in Jalisco state. His corpse arrived in Mexico City on Sunday afternoon in a heavily guarded convoy of National Guard troops. And a spectacular bench dragon dance has taken center stage across China during Spring Festival celebrations. Stretching hundreds of meters, the glowing dragon is formed as families contribute wooden benches, symbolizing unity and good fortune for the new year. In Xuancheng, performers staged a dragon dance atop a 6.5-meter platform built from stacked tables, while in Guizhou, a 100-meter handcrafted dragon wound through ancient streets to the beat of drums and gongs. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.